morning, guys. Wednesday morning, and got a really nice day going on here, so I'm going to take advantage of that. I got to go to the wrecking yard to pick up, hopefully, some parts for the 51. So if I'm going to the wrecking yard, maybe I'll take you along with me. I'm going to put together a bag of tools, and yeah, we'll hit the road. So let's get to it. All right, so I got my bag of tools, and we're heading out. This place we're going to is called Kenny U-Pull. I think it's a Canadian thing. They're a franchise. They're all across Canada. I believe their home base is in Quebec or something. But it's a pretty cool place, you know. And the best part is it's less than 10 minutes away. So yeah, I'm gonna head out there. Once again, this is not a right-hand drive truck. The camera's in selfie mode on my phone, and you're actually getting a mirror image. So I know it looks odd. Anyway, this place here, they have all their vehicles are up in the air, the wheels are off the ground. They weld rims to the underside of the car to keep them up, and they got everything there. You know, I checked already. The main thing that I'm looking for today is a push cooling fan. So a cooling fan that mounts in front of the rad. I've been looking at what I've got going there, and there's a few things I'm not too keen on. So I did a little research, and from what I understand, pretty much all the BMWs and Mercedes have push fans in them. And they've got a few of those there, so yeah, see if we can pull out that. And then I got a couple of little things on my list too. So yeah, we'll see what we can find. And you never know what you might come across. Gone there before where there's like a 62 Impala for some reason. In very rough shape, of course, but a few cool pieces on them. So you never know what you can find there. So yeah, I'll come back when we're there. All right, so as you can see, we've got a lot of stuff here. So we're at row 7 right now. I'm looking for row 23. So it goes on quite a ways, and it's all around us. So they got a lot of stuff here, man. But anyway, when I find what I'm looking for, I'm back and show you what I'm going after. Okay, this is a BMW 325i, and this is what I'm looking for. Fan mounted in front of the radiator. So that's a push fan. So I'm going to try and get that sucker off of there. All right, so I'm just pulling out of there now. You can tell by how soaked and wet I am. It is hot. I'm sweating like crazy. So I got the fan out, no problem. Came out pretty easy. About 10-minute operation. On my way out, I noticed a square body, and went and looked inside of the steering wheel. It's my horn button. All the little tabs are broken off. This one had one, and it's a good one. So that's a bonus. Oh, yeah, horn works. Anyway, I'll snap that on after. Yeah, so success. Hopefully it's an easy mount. It looks like it should be. Looks like it's about the right size as well. So I'll go over it when I get back to the shop in a few minutes. All right, I've already unloaded the fan, and hey, there's my sexy new horn button. Awesome. So I'm just gonna grab the bag of tools and put all this stuff away. So the fan is going to work out pretty slick. Fits in there beautifully. So it should be a pretty easy bracket setup. Something, you know, it'll go across and catch the mounting points. There's 2 up there and 2 down here. So easy peasy. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty slick. Before I do anything, though, I'm going to test this, make sure it works. And I also got a little overflow can. I don't know if you ever price these things, they're stupid. But this one's got a nice little shape to it, and it'll fit right on the fender well, inner fender, quite nicely. So, yeah, it was a good score. And I just threw that in the tool bag with my horn button. You know, the way I work it is, you know, I'll pay for the big stuff, and the little tiny stuff that ends up in the tool bag is bonus. I don't know if they want you to do that way, but that's the way I do it. And most guys I know, that's how they roll. So, yeah, I got to test this thing, make sure it works. I'll show you what my concern is. So when I put the fenders on, I ended up moving the rad support this way a little bit. Now my fan is pretty damn close to the rad. And, you know, I don't want to chew up that rad. Plus, it gives me more working room to do the kind of stuff I want to do. And, you know, electric fans. I mean, if the push fan doesn't do the job, there's still going to be room here to put maybe a pull fan as well. So you know, I should be okay. But we'll see how it goes. Done a lot of reading on the push fans. A lot of guys swear by them. So I don't know. I think it should work. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to test it first, and I'll build a bracket for it or something. Well, so I'm very unhappy to report that this thing doesn't work. And, you know, I was looking at it, and I realized that there's a screw missing here. So somebody's been into this thing. And when you look in the front, my buddy spotted this. It's all green here. So, yeah, it's no good. They do have another one there, but pouring rain. And I'm not going out in the rain to go get another fan. So I'll have to bring this back. Looks like Saturday, supposed to rain for 2 days. So, yeah, tattooed on that one. So I'll get on something else. I'm going to carry on with wiring, though. I think might tackle this headlight switch next. Had this lying around. It's got all the stuff on it. Dimmer for your dash lights, etc. So, yeah, maybe I'll get this figured out. Anyway, not like there's nothing else to do. All right, even though this is only a 6-volt battery, should be good enough to test. So, let's see, that's off. It's got two settings. So there's 1, 2. Now, I don't really need the first setting because they're park lamps, and this truck doesn't have any. What were park lamps are have been repurposed as signal lights. So I haven't got any juice there anyway. That's probably what, if I went with this wire, maybe. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, okay. So I'm going on here. The middle pin closest to the front of the switch. So that will should give me headlights. There we go. And this here should be the dimmer. There we go. Yeah. So that'll be for my interior lights will be on this one, and my headlights will be on this one. So there we go. All fingered out. Okay, so I don't know, looking at it, believe it or not, I have made some progress. So the headlight switch is in, and that's for my dash lighting. The headlight switch, basically you get power to it from the fuse panel, and then it goes down to the dimmer switch down here. It's just going to be mounted like so somewhere, and then from the dimmer switch out to the headlights and the high beams. So Well, both wires go to the headlights, but one low beam, one high beam. And yeah, I did find an older style knob for the wiper motor, so that's good. Looks much better than that freaking ugly thing. And I've got my heater switch hooked up, so that's done. I'll tidy this up. I want to tie wrap it up somewhere. Apparently that resistor gets pretty hot, so you want to keep it out of the way and out of touch with anything else. So yeah, so we're moving along. And also my connector came in. Where is that? Oh, I got stuff everywhere, man. Ah, here we are. Yeah, so my connector came in for the steering column. So I can go ahead and mark that, put it all together. Here it is here. So there's the connector there. And it comes with a bag of, you know, all the pins and everything. And you've got to put them all together. So basically, I got to pull the wires from my fuse panel, going by color, because this is supposed to be all Chevy colors, and match them up to these ones here. So figure out those colors, pull them all aside, put them in the connector in the same order, and then yeah, that'll be all my signal lights and stuff like that. So yeah, I gotta power that up first. So anyway, I'm gonna figure this out. I'll sort through and pick out the wires that are all matching colors, and we'll put that plug together. Okay, so you may have noticed that the column was out of the truck. I took it out so I'd have room to work. So this is the plug I just got from Amazon. So it, how does it go? Like so. Yes, like so. So I've got to match these wires up. So I went to the iDid It site and found out what all these things are for. So the white wire, that's your hot side of the brake switch, goes into terminal P. These are all marked. I don't know if you can see that. You can focus in on that. You see the letters there. So yeah, so that goes into P, the white wire. The green wire, power out to rear signal, and then yellow is power out to the left rear signal. So I'm not going to be using green and yellow because I ran my own wires and they're not those colors. So, but as long as I have the corresponding letter and terminal in the right spot, should be okay. The purple, that's a 12-volt feed into the turn signal switch. So you're going to go in on the purple, you're going to come out on the green and yellow, as well as the dark blue, and they call this gray color, they're saying it's light blue. Looks gray to me, but whatever. Then the brown is in the middle there. The brown wire is for the four-way flasher. So that one's going to be hot all the time because you want your four ways to work, even if the car's not running. I mean, let's say you're broke down, your four ways will still work. So yeah, that's going to be hot all the time. And then the black one is ground for the horn, and that'll come off of the relay that's on the panel. So it's pretty straightforward, really. So I got to load this up with the pins and figure out which wire goes where and all that stuff. But yeah, it's pretty simple. I mean, I think it's kind of idiot-proof. I'm hoping. Anyway, so I'm gonna play around with that. Like I said, I've changed some of these wires, so I just got to make sure I got everything in the right spot. So anyway, I'm gonna show you one other thing. These are the wires that I do have kind of grouped together by color. They look close, but you know, after I got to read some of these, but a lot of these don't say what they are or what they're supposed to be in the column. I mean, the yellow one says radio on it. So, but like I say, the yellow, the green, and the two blue wires I'm going to be changing those colors because I ran my own wires. But we're getting there. Once I clean this all up, yeah, there's not a lot left hanging down there. It'd be just straightening stuff out. So, and like I said, I got about 8 extra miles of wire on each run here. And then I got the main power one to run, that's down there. And there's a couple of accessory wires and stuff. So, yeah, so I'm going to play with that. It's going to take me some time. So I'm not going to bother showing you. But it's pretty straightforward. And I'm just going to take my time, and it's getting near the end of the day. Probably crack open a beer and put together a that connector. So there you go. Okay, so before I wrap this up for the day, I just took delivery on this. This is my other steering U-joint for the double D shaft, steering shaft. I don't know why I only ordered one in the first place. But anyway, with that now, I've got both ends of the shaft covered. Now, because it's 2 universals, one on each end, this shaft's going to want to, move all over the place. So you need something to stabilize it. So I have this. It's a Heim joint. It's perfect size. There's no play. And I just have to get 2 fine thread nuts, and I can make up a little bracket, and that'll slide right on there. It just slides on there nicely, and wherever I happen to mount it to the frame, and that'll keep the shaft in a straight line instead of it moving around like this. So yeah, that's the last of the steering components I need, other than the power steering line, which I still haven't seen the guys. He's still working out of town, but I'll see him soon. Probably take him an hour to make it up. Anyway, there we go. So steering, wiring, I've got a good dent out of. So moving right along. So overall, not too bad. Just a failed trip to the wrecking yard. That kind of pissed me off. Now I got to go back and that one was kind of easy pickings because half the front end was off the truck already, or off the car already. The other one that I saw there, front end is complete, so I got to take the whole damn thing apart to get it out. But I do know what I need though. So as far as tools go, so I don't have to bring half a freaking toolbox with me. It is what it is. It's not going to cost me more money. It's just going to cost me time, which is money. So there you go. Yeah. So once I get this little guy wired up, I pretty much have all the lighting done. So the only light that I won't have is the dome light on the inside, and it's got its own switch, so I just have to run power to it. That's it. So there's a couple of extra circuits, accessory circuits I can steal that from. Yeah, and even the tail lights, that'll be connected to the headlight switch as well. So I forgot about that. You gotta have both lights in the back and front. So yeah, I gotta put them together. Easy fix, no problem. So yeah, then all I have left is pretty much ignition to wire up. The wipers are done, the heater's done. Yeah, what else is there? I mean, there's not a lot to it. So yeah, should have the wiring done in a couple days, I would think. So that's a good thing. And now I can finish off my steering. So that'll probably be my next project after I get this wiring all together. Finish that steering off, and it'll be able to steer, stop, run, and flash the lights. So what's left after that? I've got to get the shifter in, and so it will move. And we got a running driving truck, so we're pretty close to that. There's still a ton of stuff to do, but whatever. I'm plugging away at it, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So there you have it. New subscribers, thank you. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I could use the moral support. So yeah, it makes me feel good when I see I get a couple of new subscribers. So make me feel good. Thank you. And if you're not doing anything else, get on the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.